Hey there, Jonah. Dan Nunez here to give you a crash course on how to make a GIF in Photoshop. So the first thing you're going to try is going up to File and then saying Import Video Frames to Layers. If I do something like that, I could choose a video that is in here. So I just took this one off someone's Facebook feed with screen capture. When you import it, you can say limit to every 2 frames. This will cut down your file size in half, but it'll make things run a little choppier. By default, if you're having a 30 frames per second frame rate, that comes out to being 0.03 as a duration for each individual frame. And here at the bottom of the screen, what I'm looking at is your timeline. To bring that up, go up to Window and then Timeline. Alright. You can go to these individually and you can delete them, or you can duplicate them, or you could even highlight a couple of them at once, holding Shift, and then do what's called a tween, which sort of makes frames out of those two, so it'll do some sort of fade. Looks pretty hokey, but, you know, it's good to know about. Other than that, you can treat this just like any other Photoshop image. You can do your scaling and all that jazz, and it'll affect all of these layers. So you can see all the frames of the video were imported as layers. And as I flip through, you'll notice this eyeball here changes to the layer that's being turned on. So all this GIF is a series of images that are end to end, and as such, when you're finished making it, you go up to File and then Save for Web, and that's right here. And it might not default to GIF up here, but you're going to want to set that up so it has JPEG, all these other things. You set it to GIF. You can screw around with some of these settings to make it look better. 256 is the limit of colors you can have in a GIF animation, so you can't exceed that. Dither has to do with the speckles that they use to kind of hide the limited color palette. So to give you an idea of what that does, if I scroll it way down, you see these edges become a little bit more harsh when compared to the original. So turning dither up increases your file size slightly, but can make things work a lot nicer. Your file size you're aiming for is nothing above 5 megabytes, so as you can see, this is still way too large. If I cancel out of this and then go to image size and change this to be, I don't know, width 200 pixels, height 96, that's pretty little, but we're going with it. At this point, if I went File, Save for Web, it would give me an expected file size of a megabyte, and you know, that's fine. So that's pretty much it. Once you get everything looking the way you want, you can even tweak individual colors. I mean, you can go crazy, but you hit save, it cranks out a GIF, and then you upload it to a website.